silence. Going.
Are agents using social media well to promote themselves, to promote auctions? I'll kick off with yourself.
I'm probably biased as an auctioneer. I actually love watching live stream auctions or auction highlights. I think what is becoming a little bit tiresome is the just listed or look at this sell under the hammer and the chest beating. I think we need to strip away from that because the consumer's just getting bombarded with that bravado of the champagne in front of exactly. And you know, there's a couple of people out there in our industry, Clarence White as an example, actually showing, right, this is one that passed in and this is what happened.
Yeah, attracted a vendor bid.
Exactly, and it just gives the process, as you say, that authenticity. That, I mean, the reality is in a screaming market, say 80% clearance rate, there's still 20% of properties that don't sell on the day, and we've got to remove that fear, that loathing that, oh man, if it doesn't sell, it's a failure. No, it's just part of that process, and looking at it holistically as more of a 6 to 8 week journey. We hope it's only 3 and a bit. So yeah, look, I guess the narrative of social media, whilst it can be done well, I think is often just too self-centered, and I think what we need to start thinking about is how is those touch points from a social perspective really adding credibility to the industry rather than just, you know, that showboating of
Okay.
That's just why. That's just why. Why are you sponsoring that?
Yeah.
Why did you post that? Why? Like, what's the objective is to generate engagement, but what sort of engagement? Do you want another 57 agents to give you a like and say you're doing good? Are any of them buying that house? Are any of them going to make an offer on that house? Who's your audience? Why are you putting that out there? What's the objective of the post? There are agents in every marketplace that I see, and if I thumb through the likes and the reactions and the heart emojis, 90% industry. Awesome.
Going nowhere.
That's me liking Crofty's auction on a Saturday. No one coming to my opening speech.
I'm all for supporting each other, but you know, messaging is important.
With social media, social means conversation. As an industry, we need to be educating the marketplace and using that medium as actually showing that we are an expert in our area. Yes, there is the branding component as well, but we've got to come back to what the social media means. It means conversation, and it means becoming that media expert, and we're just got to use that to our advantage. But I agree, there's too much chest beating out there, but also that's what people have seen, so therefore they're just following the herd pack.
Correct,
I think the live streams are really good because you see the live emotion of the day, you see the bidding, you see the buyers in the crowd, you see the vendors and the agents that do the video testimonials for vendors and buyers, where it's taken away from themselves to show that experience on the day, to show the elation and or to talk to a buyer about how they felt about bidding on the property. So showing more of that, I think, is a good thing, that it wasn't that daunting, you know.
Auctioneers and agents could use that live stream also to their advantage and go, they've got a client there who's just listed with an auction campaign, something's just happened around the corner with a live stream done by another agent. They CC or tag them into it and say, hey, as we discussed, go and watch that video. And then they're educated with what the momentum was, what the energy was, what the result was, and it's not you taking a biased opinion on it. It's saying, look what happened, let's have a chat about it again later.
Yeah, that's a good point. Matthew, you and I have had quite I think through LinkedIn or Facebook, I can't remember. So how's social media working for you in Melbourne?
Well, listen, social media has been huge for us, and it has been for a long time. But there's some rules to engagement in it, and that is that you need to have your community involved. There's no point, as we've all said, having a whole lot of agents following you. I still believe that that's important because that will get you referrals, it'll get you business that way. But it's about the community, and it's about putting up posts that, as you mentioned before, it's all marketing's the same. You've got to think of who your audience is. We've started doing a thing called Mitcham Street Deets. And basically it's a 90-second video just running through every street in Mitcham, and we just put it up once a month. And the engagement that has got has been huge. We've done 3 of them. We've had 3,800 views of those, all organic, nothing sponsored. But the chatter that goes amongst the people that we know, I've had
That's
people.
The goal.
I had this lady following me for months, and I didn't know her address. And then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, you're in front of my house there." beautiful, number 35 horse parade, and away you go. So that's, and as to Josh's point, social media is a conversation, and if you're not conversing with the people on your social media page, we've got about nearly 3,100 followers on our page. None of them are from India or China or bought, and it's about putting up content that allows them to gain something from it. We sold a property off market on Facebook 2 weeks ago.
Do you have someone specific for that role in your organisation, just out of interest? You're the man?
Yeah, it's all the way through. It's about being consistent and having an approach. And to your question before, Steve, about agents and whether they're doing it right, these agents that are not wanting to be by themselves and not using their office's page is ridiculous, because they have 128 likes. They're all family. Followers, and I say to my guys, put it on our page, and then share it from there to yours if you'd like. But you've got a 3,000 audience here and 128 here.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. AJ?
In my marketplace, social media is very, very important. Obviously, it's a marketplace that does very low volumes of auction. And I started before Facebook did live. I just would put heaps and heaps of videos together. The CEO of the Society of Auctioneers would say, "Oh, AJ, you've done 50 auctions, but you've made 60 videos." Like, it was that ridiculous. But I wanted to, I guess, educate our marketplace about what happens in an auction. Here it is, because there was no Facebook Live. Then we transitioned into Facebook Live, and I took that and I just ran with it. What I didn't realise, which I realise now, is if we take a step back, let's think about our buyers. So as an independent auctioneer, I haven't met the buyers yet. They come to auction day, what are they feeling? They're feeling really nervous. They've got butterflies, it comes to open the bidding, and they're feeling really, really nervous. And what I've noticed over the last 12 months is, let's say at an auction I'll have 10 bidders. 7 of the bidders would have seen me on social media before. And they just walk in, bit of registration. "Oh, AJ, how you doing?" I've never met them. I don't know them. But I have instant rapport, and they trust me.
What makes a good video?
Well, one of the things that I've learnt in a short time in the social media space is that I think the stat is something like, Josh, you might know this, 70% of people that watch video don't listen to the volume.
Sound off.
So having text at the bottom through the translator, it's quite easy to do once you know how, has been very effective because people use that all the time.
1 minute to 2 minutes if you're social videos. People don't want to watch a 10-minute video, so 1 to 2 minutes generally. So capturing the magic moment. So if it's an auction, cutting together a highlight video that's a 2-minute video that shows the auctioneer doing what they do well, shows the agent working the floor, shows the crowd, shows the emotion, shows the celebration. It's very powerful. Like, we did one recently, we sent out a 1-minute video. It was just filmed from an iPhone. It was really live and really authentic. Sent it out to our database and picked up 3 listing opportunities off it. Just from that, so that's a great option.
So that's really interesting. We'll just open that for discussion very quickly. So I look at Gavin's videos. I don't think Gavin would ever do a video off his phone ever, because he likes the professional approach. You just said you picked up 3 listings on the back of a selfie, yeah? Anybody got any views on do you go pro or do you go yourself?
I think there's a time and a place for that sort of more polished, refined,
100%.
Professionally clipped, promo, whatever it is. But I think you can achieve a very high quality, result just with an iPhone. I mean, I follow Tom Panos' kind of, just get yourself a mic. It's all about, sound and things like that.